We're dealing with an unprecedented war. Inside your body, a serious infection's underway that will require several heroes. So if you haven't seen the beginning of this lesson, go check it out to see what happens. Now, if you have seen it, let's continue this adventure. Welcome students and all you curious folks out there. My name's Tarek, and today we're going to talk about the immune system, part 2. Going back to our story of superheroes and villains being fought. Inside the lymph node, the dendritic cell is going to look for a special cell called the helper T cell, or helper T lymphocyte, which is produced and develops in a place called the thymus. And then, when it matures, it goes to the lymph node. Inside the lymph node, there are several of these cells. But our dendritic cell goes after the one that's best suited for the infection happening at that moment. This selection happens when the dendritic cell shows the T cells a piece of the bacteria and checks if any of them have a specific protein to fight the villain. Once it finds this cell, we have a new champion. So the dendritic cell is going to activate this specific T cell. And this one will train to adapt as much as possible for the fight that's coming. This takes a little while, because it's not ready yet. After it gets itself together and becomes fully strong to fight this new infection, a battalion of T cells specific to the infection is formed. They rush to the battlefield to help everyone who's already there. On the battlefield, everyone's already tired. Everyone has already fought as much as they could. But since the T cells arrive at this infection like a lifesaver, they give a stronger boost of energy to those on the battlefield, and everyone keeps fighting hard there. Here's something really interesting. Some of these T cells stay inside the lymph node, replicating, but they don't go to the battlefield. They stay there and transform into a new form, the memory T cell. But of course, that wasn't enough. So, still inside the lymph node, seeing that the infection isn't over, the memory T cells go after a new line of defense, the B cells, or B lymphocytes. These cells will receive information from the dendritic cells with the specifics of what we're fighting against, and they will start to multiply and create a task force specifically to deal with the problems. Some proteins called antibodies. And by this point, it's already been 1 or 2 weeks since the infection started in our body. There are several different types of antibodies that serve different kinds of infections, and they're divided into different classes. IgG, IgE, IgD, IgM, and IgA, each with its own specialty and different function within the body. Our system will keep producing these antibodies, although from time to time, the B cell will get tired and start to slow down the recruitment of these antibodies. But if the infection hasn't cleared up, the sequence of dendritic cells continues, bringing the information to the lymphocytes. The memory T lymphocytes are activated and send messages to the B cells. So with this message, the continued production of antibodies will keep repeating until the infection is resolved and the cycle is broken. Otherwise, this will keep happening in your body all the time. Some B cells will also turn into memory B cells and will remain stationed inside the lymph node, producing more and more antibodies, sending them to the battlefield and staying dormant when all of this has been resolved. Once our body's entire defense system is kicked in, the invaders don't stand a chance. They'll slowly start to be destroyed, little by little. You gradually get rid of the infection, but all of this comes at a very high price. Days of fighting have already passed, and your body has used up a lot of energy to create all those cells and proteins that were used. You're worn out from the damage done to your body, so little by little, the remaining defense cells from the battle will undergo autophagy. In other words, they'll slowly break down to recover for your body whatever little energy is left in them. In the end, all the cells eventually disappear, and your body gradually starts to recover and get better. But it's very smart. Even with all those cells now destroyed, 2 types of cells will end up remaining in your body: memory B cells and memory T cells. They'll stay in your lymph nodes, tucked away and dormant, ready? So that if there's a new infection by the same pathogen, it won't be a problem anymore, because those cells will already be there. and the step-by-step instructions on how to deal with the problem will be ready to go. Of course, your body doesn't just have these defenses. There are still many other different cells that can help your body, and they weren't mentioned here. But as an introductory video about your immune system, you now have a good idea of how it works. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and share, and remember that we have a new video every week, so subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to always get the latest updates. Thank you so much.